of the top economic stories of 2010. The world continued to struggle with a slow recovery from the financial crisis 2 years earlier. Greece admitted to bigger than expected budget deficits. Investors punished Greece with much higher borrowing costs. The 16 countries that used the euro joined the International Monetary Fund in offering loans of about $140 billion in May. But Greece had to agree to deeply cut government spending. Some demonstrations against the measures turned violent, and debt problems extended beyond Greece. Ireland asked Euro area members and the IMF for help in November. Its rescue was even bigger, considering the size of the Irish economy. Euro area nations have set up a bailout fund of about $1 trillion. But the IMF worries that may not be enough. Portugal, Spain, and Italy could soon require emergency loans, and the euro has declined, making imports more costly for the area's struggling economies. China's exports of important industrial metals also made news in 2010. China temporarily cut off rare earth metals meant for Japan after a territorial dispute in September. China controls nearly all of the rare earth metals market. These metals are used in everything from smart bombs to batteries. China recently announced lower export limits for rare earths for 2011. In the United States, the central bank took steps to speed recovery. The Federal Reserve announced a plan to add $600 billion to the economy. The goal is to keep long-term interest rates low and make investment and hiring easier. Unemployment remained above 9% all last year. On Wall Street, a sudden drop in a big stock index shocked investors on May 6th. The Dow Jones Industrial Average dropped about 9% in less than an hour before mostly recovering. A 5-month federal investigation of the so-called flash crash suggested a single big trade may have been the cause. World Bank economist Hans Timmer says not all countries are reporting problems. He said the biggest story is the very strong performance of the emerging economies in Asia and Latin America. The so-called BRIC nations, Brazil, Russia, India, and China, were expected to report notable economic growth in 2010.